know my brother finna blow. Straight up. Hey, bro, love, I'm outside.
All right.
Every day, count money every day, count it up like get money every day.
Wait, nigga. What's good with y'all, man? Y'all back on my channel, Jamal Wade. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment. All right, let's get into it. So, BMI, what is it? BMI stands for Broadcasting Music Incorporation. And BMI was founded in 1939 by forward thinkers who wanted to represent songwriting, emerging genres like jazz, blues, country, and protect the public performance of their music. Operating on a non-profit making basis, BMI is the largest music rights organization in the United States and is still nurturing new talent and new music. What do they do? BMI is the bridge between songwriters and businesses, organizations that want to play their music publicly. In other words, that's performing publicly, paid performance, pretty much. As a global leader in music right management, BMI serves as an advocate to the value of music, representing 15 million musical works created and owned by more than 1 million songwriters, composers, and music publishers. Okay, let's get into it, y'all. Now, the first thing you want to ask yourself, are you a BMI registered songwriter? Most producers nowadays are BMI. That's how they collect their royalties when artists are streaming their music, pretty much. They upload their work. You purchase a contract, whether it's a lease contract or a exclusive contract. The difference between a lease contract and a exclusive contract is one, you have certain rights. Two, you don't. The lease contract only gives you a limited amount of streams that you can use, as far as Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, etc. And also be mindful that the lease contract only states that you have to reinstate that contract after your streams are either up or the contract has ended. Now, most producers nowadays go through a website called BeatStars where they're allowed to pretty much able to, let's say, if you're a producer right now and you want to sell a beat to somebody, you have to give that person a contract. That somebody is the artist. And during that process, it's up to you to negotiate with that producer in order to get your paid performance. That's where this come in play. Now, with that being stated, y'all gotta understand one thing. The exclusive contract allows you to have paid performance. The non-exclusive contract, you don't have paid performance. And this you can find out through contacting the producer via email, or they probably stated in their contract after you didn't purchase the lease right for their beat. So, like I said, BMI. What is BMI? Broadcasting Music Incorporation, as I stated. These right here are the locations, the headquarters where you can contact them. Their numbers is listed, their address, their emails. If you have any issues with your account, you can pretty much contact them depending on what region you're in. Now, as we scroll down, you can see these are the places they're located at. So it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 of those. Okay. So, okay, don't mind that. I had to reset my password. Now, if you don't have a BMI, which is a pro, is an organization such as CSAC and ASCAP. Me personally, I went through BMI because I'm partnered with TuneCore, and I'll be getting into that in another video. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like, comment, let me know. Also, leave a link below. If you need some consultation, you can pretty much click on the link and book a consultation with me. Okay, so back to about. Now, let's see. Royalties information. Excuse me. Let me get to that. Now, here you have the royalty payouts. Now, the music industry is in 4 quarters, as everything else is. Now, if you notice the important royalty dates right here, March 20th, 2020 royalty payments for the 3rd quarter. Now, understand they always pay out after the next quarter. meaning the third quarter. This is the second quarter right here. Royalties payments for the quarter of 2019. Upcoming date is January 17th. Now, I'm going to get more in detail into what it means to have a royalty payout for each quarter. But for right now, I want to go through how royalties are paid to you as an artist when you do a performance only through exclusive rights. Royalty introduction. Now, here it is, our royalty policy. Now, this is this is something that you can look at on your own time. I will advise that you look this up if you're serious about your music and you really want to get paid for your music when you perform. Don't overlook none of this. This is something that I done took the time out to research. I know about it. Like I said, if you don't want to really go through it and you just have a particular question, be sure to click the link below. You can book a consultation with me, and I'll go over a few things depending on what questions you have. Now, radio. Most people want to get on the radio nowadays, but mind you, we have Spotify, Apple Music. That's in a way a radio, but this is mainly about you getting paid when you go do a show. Most artists think that they can just do shows and they'll get paid from the promoter, but then again, there's a whole nother check that you can receive if you got your royalties together through BMI. Now, the next royalty page right here is registering your works. Now, works is considered as a song. BMI enter your works registration to a database from one or two sources. BMI registrations, from formerly known as clearance forms, provide either electronical or paper cue sheets which detail all music written specifically for film, television shows, or other audio visuals, typically prepared from a production company. Now, like I said, be sure that you kind of go through this. If you don't, hit me up. I'll go through it with you. But for the sake of the video and for people that don't really like long videos, I'm gonna just get through it. Now, there's multiple royalties that you can collect right here. And you want to actually understand that if you're not really hip to this business thing, you want to get hip to it. It's 2019. You don't want to be left behind. I mean, there's so many artists making money from just being independent. This is for independent artists. Most people who sign a record deal, they have a label that take care of all these things right here. But this is for people that don't have a record label, just getting started. You want to get in the game. You like, hey, how can I get paid for my music when I perform a show? Now, samples and melodies. Y'all got to understand, doing samples, you got to get a clearance from that. That's something that you have to actually pay for. So when you hear a sample on a beat, understand that you can't just do that song and then you think you're gonna get paid, because it's gonna be copyright infringement on it, which they'll collect because you did that. Such as if you did a Michael Jackson song and you had a sample of Just Beat It, he gets paid for that. And y'all gotta understand, y'all might most likely run into a legal situation. Spoken word material. People who do spoken word, y'all can register y'all music here. Let's see. Instruments and lyrical versions. Same thing. If you writing lyrics and you want your lyrics to be pretty much published, you can do that here. BMI cannot undertake to distinguish between lyrics and instrumental performance of works unless two versions of different titles. And lyrics and instrumental versions, also known as different title performance of instrumental versions. This is for producers and artists. As you know, BMI consider payments to songwriters and composers and publishers as a single unit equaling 200%. Okay, where there is an unusual division of performance royalties between songwriters and composers. Publishers, the total rights shares will be 100%, half of available 200%. It has to equal 200%. Mind you, 200%. Be mindful of that. You cannot exceed 100%. Okay? Now, whenever royalties rates are indicated in this document, the amount shows in 200% royalties in typical case where all songwriters or composers has assigned the copyright in the works are published. Half of the amount listed is paid to the songwriter or composer and half to the publisher. Meaning you get a percentage, they get a percentage. Okay? It's simple. Alright, let's see. Now, I'm gonna go back to facts and Q's, FAQs, excuse me. What do I do if my song's being played on the radio, TV, or the internet? Good answer. That's a good question. I'm making another video for copyright.gov. It should be registered and reported with BMI.